Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Friends, welcome to Hy-Vee Today. You know, we do the show live in the morning. Right now it's 8:30, 8:31. If you're watching this on cable, it's 7:30 or 10:30 p.m. or at another time. You could be watching this in the year 3000 in the future, and I'm dead. So my name was Tony Tone, which is not my real name. Well, it's close enough. And this is a talk show inside of a grocery store. What's it like in the year 3000? Do we have flying cars yet? And if you have a time machine, you could go back to 2019 and watch us do this show in a grocery store. So it's nice to have sunshine is what I'm getting at. You know, there's a couple of windows that I'm able to kind of see from where we do the show near the seafood department, and straight down from where I'm looking towards like the frozen food section. There's windows and there's sunshine, and that feels good already after we kind of had some more inclement weather last night. There's another tornado in the Kelowna and Iowa City area, and I hope that that's all over and done with, because all my kids want to do is go to the pool, and all I want to do is not eat a bunch of gnats. Can I tell you a true story really quick? Yesterday, I left work just before 5, got into my Toyota Sienna dad van, started driving home, and I noticed something right here in my hair. You know what it was? It was a bee. A dead bee I'm not joking. I didn't know what it was, and then I was talking to my mom on my hands-free device, of course, and I'm like, what's in my hair? And I did this, and it was a bee, like bigger than a sweat bee, and it was dead. So I guess my hairspray is good for attracting and then killing bees, and I don't want to kill any bees. We need the bees. I felt terrible. I tried to give it mouth to mouth, and it didn't work. But there was a bee in my hair. So I know y'all complaining about the gnats. Get some bug soother. That'll solve that problem. Not sure what to do about bees in my hair. Need to get a haircut. Gonna make that happen. But it was right here. Nobody else has ever had a bee in their hair, have you, Ryan? Ryan used to have luscious locks. You ever have a bee in those luscious locks? Not once. Chad, ever had a bee? You had a bird in your hair? Oh, don't tease us with that, Ryan. You could have had a bird living in that thing. All right, before we get started with our guests that are here, I want to just show a couple pictures. I asked Ryan Broderson, who has a great camera. There's a lot of great cameras on this show. I asked him to take some photos yesterday while we were doing the show, and he did, and they look great. So it's amazing. You know, of course, most of us have these smartphones, and we think the pictures we take on there are great. And then you have somebody that rolls out with the schmancy, whatever, Canon 5000. I don't know what these cameras are called. I don't know what brand it is, a Nikon. I'm sure it's something like that. He took some pictures. They look really good. I put them on social media, and it was nice to have that. We had Joe Wieskamp and Brett Olson here yesterday, and then we had David Casas doing some magic. So that was a lot of fun, and it's amazing when you get a camera like that and some great images. So you can see those on our Facebook page, and we'll show you to them in maybe just a minute here. So here we go. We got them, everybody. So take a look at these photos. I love some of the behind-the-scenes looking ones as well. So that's Brett Olson from the Y, Joe Wieskamp, Iowa Hawkeye, and yours truly. Back-to-back days with blue shirts, not the same shirt. I like that right there. That kind of shows you what we're doing, where we're at. And I talk with my hands a lot, so that I'm self-conscious when I see that. But that's okay. There's David Casas, did a very cool card trick. You can see David tomorrow at the Renwick Mansion in Davenport. David Casas from Muscatine, great magician. Wonderful having him here on the show. That's part of the card trick. And, yeah, these look good. Thanks, Ryan. Look at that. That was a lot of fun. I actually forgot that card. It's sitting right over there. Delmer saved it for me, so we'll grab that. All right, well, let's get to our first guests that are here for their very first time. Stand by for loud carts in the background. And there they go. for their very first time, and I'm really excited to have the executive director of the Diversity Service Center of Iowa. That's Rosa Mendoza, who's right here. And then to her right, it's Mike Bicklin, who is one of the board members. Rosa, thank you for coming. Great to see you. You apparently knew Chad when you got here. You said hi. Mike, pleasure.
And Mike is my real name.
Mike is your real name. That's right. Oh, I see. My real name is Anthony. Tony's short for Anthony, and Tone has been part of my life for, geez, I don't even know, 13 years now? Yeah, well, I appreciate you bringing it back. That's a good callback. All right, Rosa, Diversity Service Center of Iowa. You're able to help a lot of people. And like Mike was saying before we started, I think the quote was, we might be the best kept secret in Muscatine. Is that what you said, Mike? Yep. All right, so Rosa, for people that are going to see this and they go, I have no idea what the DSCI is, can you explain it to them in terms that they will understand? And then let's get into some of the services that you're able to offer for folks.
Yes, the Diversity Service Center of Iowa. Well, I would like to say that our location is at 1514 Isett Avenue. We're right next to Muscatine County Extension.
Perfect.
And we actually opened our doors to the community back on March 1st of 2001.
Wow.
So we have just celebrated our 18th anniversary on March 1st. So yes, we're excited. Wow. We're happy that we've been here. Mm-hmm. Even though our programs have been in existence back since the 1990s, because when I would work for MCSA back then, but we carried those programs on, and so we have had a lot of success. The Diversity Service Center of Iowa is a nonprofit organization. It's a 501c3 status, and we have a couple of programs that we manage. I would like to talk about the senior program first.
Sure.
The Minority Senior Citizens Program actually came into place back in 1997. Wow. And it was due to some state funds that were directed specifically for the minority seniors in the Muscatine area. Okay. And so we had, back then, it was Generations Area Agency on Aging that approached us and said, would you help us coordinate a meal site? And so then, we said, yes, we'll help you out. And a few months later, they come back, they received some more state funds and stated, we have now additional funds to do case management to help seniors with social services and help them find the benefits that they need. And so we were able to implement that program. And so we started providing a meal site once a month. Wow. We had case management for seniors. And we now we are through some additional funds through the Rice Bowl with the Diocese of Davenport, we have now been able to have 2 meal sites on a monthly basis. And so we're very happy to be able to provide that. And like I said, for the seniors program, when we talk about individuals, as we have mentioned before, right now a lot of things are online.
Yes.
Seniors, they look at a computer and they're like, what is this?
Well, and that's what's so tough, and I'm glad that you're saying this, right? I mean, the reality is not all of us have access to these smartphones are essentially computers in our pockets. Mm-hmm. Not everybody has access to that, and we need a way to be able to ensure that seniors especially are aware of things that are available, programs, services that are available for them, and being a resource makes total sense, and being able to just point them in the right direction, because what would they do without what you do every day, right? They would have no idea if they're in need, ways that they can have things that will help them.
What resources they need.
Right, and that's just it. Navigating that is so tricky. Mike, how long have you been involved with the board, and what brought you to wanting to get involved?
Well, I first was acquainted with DSCI and Rosa, back in the 2003, something like that. Okay. And I became, I don't remember when I came on the board, but I've been on the board for close to 10 years now.
Wow. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
But what was it? I mean, obviously you understand the good work that's happening, right? But to commit, 10 years, that says a lot. That's wonderful.
Well, the work of DSCI in terms of working with our immigrants, which most of us are in this country, is very, very important. And I saw that, and especially the disenfranchised immigrants. It's very, very important. So that made it necessary for us to have the work that we do at DSCI, and I think that work is just great. I've been able to do some work in terms of helping the organization grow and also get some funding and that kind of thing.
Sure.
But I'm very much involved in the board of directors.
Well, we appreciate that, and 10 years is a long time. We're showing some of the senior program info online. Again, those resources are out there and available. Rosa, helping people that are arriving in the United States, and like Mike was saying before we started, I mean, imagine showing up and not speaking the language or knowing where to go. You're right. I mean, I think about my family. My dad's dad and that side of the family all came from Italy. And then the Irish side, guess where they came from? Came from Ireland, right? The Italians ended up in New Jersey or the Chicago area. And then the Irish, spread through, and I still have a ton of family in Chicago. But right, for people that make it over, whether they left a good situation or not, we want to be able to know that, want them to know that they have resources available. And a lot of that is, again, navigating things like, and I'm going to hold this up as a prop, and I want you to explain to people at home what all of this is and how this, how you're able to help people fill out paperwork like this.
Yeah.
So just kind of walk through what I've got in my hands, because again, for all of us that are watching, and this is something that I would certainly take for granted, is, I was born in the United States and really never had to worry about the process of, becoming a citizen or going through documents like this. So talk about this and how you're able to help people kind of navigate through this process.
At the Diversity Service Center of Iowa, we also have the Educational Outreach Program.
Sure.
And with that program, it deals with immigration issues, from consultations, filling out forms, case investigations. And so what you have here is, for example, this packet right here is for an individual who's going to become a legal permanent resident in the United States. And
look at how thick that is, guys and gals that are watching. I mean, that's a lot of paperwork. And from what I understand, what we were talking about before we started, you can't have any room for error on any of this.
That's correct.
Exactly.
So this is part of that paperwork that you could help people with. Is that correct?
Yes, we help them navigate, and we help them through the immigration process. I do want to point out that the Diversity Service Center of Iowa is recognized and has staff accreditation by the U.S. Department of Justice to assist the public on immigration issues. So
you're with the DOJ, right?
Yes.
That's
so
great.
we do need to have trainings, and staff does. We receive trainings throughout the year. In order to keep up with the changes on immigration policies and making sure that individuals that are coming in will be having their information. This one specifically here that you were showing here.
Oops, sorry about that.
I'll put this one here.
Yeah.
This one here actually...
we'll get it right on this camera. Ryan's going to zoom in. Okay. Yeah, so keep talking.
So on this one here, you can see the diagram here is showing a process from an individual that's doing a petition. Might be someone who, like for example, we have our military men and women.
Correct.
They go abroad, they come back and they want to petition for their fiance because they want to bring them in. They want to be reunited. So the first thing that they do is a family petition right here. This is the first process that they would have to take.
Sure.
From there, it'll take about 4 to 5 months to get it approved.
Wow.
And then they will once it's approved, it will go to the National Visa Center. And there's another process there and other fees that they would have to pay. So the whole process, by the time an individual is interviewed at the U.S. consulate abroad, can take a year.
Jeez Louise.
Take a year. And so you're trying to assist the individuals through the process, and they have a lot of questions, and that's what we're there for.
Absolutely.
To let them know, and how long it takes and what the process is going to be. So that's what we help them in, and they're able to be reunited with their loved ones once they come in.
You have such a great pamphlet that I've got here, and I love, we talk about educational outreach programs. So, and I'll hold this up, Ryan. We got these nice cameras, they can zoom in. I mean, I can read these, but people can see, right? I mean, you talk about educational outreach, consultations on immigration issues, immigration case investigations, provide and prepare immigration forms, represent clients before immigration, provide presentations on DSCI services and how it impacts the community. So just a couple examples can be found here. And again, we talk about the benefits of the educational outreach program. Right, employment authorization card, permanent resident card, U.S. citizenship, driver's license. These are all things that you're able to do, and it's important for people to understand. And I drive past you every day on ISIN. Every day. When you said the address, I had that light bulb moment like, oh, yeah.
You're going to stop in now.
Yes, I'll bring donuts or whatever you want. Maybe a bag of money for a donation.
There
right?
you go. There you go.
But I mean, just
you heard it here, folks.
That's right. Well, I got to win the lottery first. Right. I mean, it just makes sense to have a resource like this in Muscatine. And when you open up this pamphlet and you can see this great list of supporters, you know, there's a lot of community pillars of the community that are here standing behind you, and you have a great board of directors, and I'd, you know, give a shout out to all of them, but I had an email from Jody Reeby, who I've known for a while, and you know, so it's nice, I imagine, Rosa, for you to have all of this good support from the community, from your board of directors, and it just must make you feel empowered to continue doing the good work, because as you can see, folks, just from this couple examples that we're showing you, this is not easy to navigate or comprehend. Even if you've been doing it for a couple of years, it's still a process, and that's just it. I think, you know, the assumption is for people that need assistance with, you know, immigration and that process, that it can be quick as a snap of a finger, and the reality is that it's not, and it's a system, and there are systems in place. But for people that are willing to go through the work, that they'll have success, and that's what you're there to do, is to be an ally for them.
Yeah, and earlier we mentioned how important it is to be accurate for everything. Our track record with the applications being accepted is well over 99%, like 99.5%, and even over that. That is just, we do a very thorough job before we send it in to make sure that our applicants are properly, have everything in order before they send it in, so that they'll be accepted.
You know, it's interesting when I tell people, and there we go, there's a great picture, Rosa, in the building.
Yes, there you go.
When I tell people about Muscatine, you know, sometimes the assumption is that there's maybe not a lot of diversity, and I think that is wrong. Right, look around, exactly like you said. I mean, do you have, I don't expect you to have stats, because we're here and we all know this, but for people that may see this outside of Muscatine, maybe they would be surprised to know the amount of folks that we have that maybe have been here for a couple of years or are just getting here. I mean, I think it would surprise a lot of people, right?
Yes. Actually, last year we were able to assist individuals from 28 different nationalities.
Wow.
You know, so when you look at it, you know, you stop and think, like, you know, you get people from all over the world coming in. So that makes us very unique in a way. Not only because Muscatine is unique, even with its name.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
There's no other city in this nation that has that name. So we're already very unique as a community, and to be able to provide this type of services here, you know, where people, you know, we've become the hub for all the individuals, and you know, just last year for the state of Iowa, we assisted individuals that came in from 33 different communities from the state of Iowa and 9 from the state of Illinois. So we bring in a lot of people, and before they leave, they invest here before they take off back to their homes.
Absolutely.
So I'm really glad that we're able to make an impact in the community. You know, helping an individual through the immigration process gives them a peace of mind, gives them financial stability. You know, they are able to then give back, invest in our community, you know, to open a bank account, have employment authorization.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, there's just so much that's done that, you know, you do one thing for them and it, you know, impacts the whole the community as a whole.
Well, yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head, right? If you're able to help somebody with this process and have it go, you know, their way, have it be approved, and then get that job, get to work, buy that house. I mean, it all comes full circle, right? With the start of a conversation and getting paperwork done. When you talk about the different countries that people are coming from, I mean, who, people that show up that may not speak, English that well. How does that? What do you have at your office? I mean, do you have people that speak a whole bunch of different languages? I mean, I know that sounds like a silly question, but it's the reality is just that,
yes,
right? We can't just assume that everybody can speak English or some type of English, right? I mean, that can be a barrier, I imagine.
We are the staff is bilingual in English and Spanish, but we do have other clients that come in, and if they do not speak English, then they do bring their own interpreter.
Good. Okay.
With them. It could be a family member, it could be a child.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they always bring someone with them that can help with the communication. So we're very fortunate in that situation to where we don't have to worry about getting an interpreter for them. Good. They already bring their own interpreters. Well, and usually the individuals that come in are individuals who were referred by a friend, a family member, and they'll bring them into the office.
And I imagine that happens often. First timers. I had maybe, and hopefully that's less and less, and that's why you're here to. And again, if you're watching this and you're just absorbing this information, you owe it to yourself to pass it along to someone that could benefit from the services of DSCI. That's what it's all about, raising awareness. But I mean, I imagine people are just so relieved when they get to your office, right? Because they've been searching for help and services, and all of a sudden you've kind of got it all under one roof, maybe for exactly what they're looking for, and then maybe they uncover additional ways that you're able to help them at the same time.
Oh yes.
Yes, we do have some resources there for them if they're looking for housing. We always have a list of that information, child care information, food pantries.
Sure.
Clothing closets, anything that other agencies, depending on what the needs are, like you mentioned, we are able to then be able to refer them to them.
Well, it's nice again to have. We have a lot of people that are doing a lot of good work in Muscatine, and I imagine you probably are able to work alongside and coordinate with them. Right? Good word, Mike. Exactly right. Coordinate with them. Okay, so we've kind of given you the gist of what you need to know. Again, I love the purpose of DSCI, as it says right on the front, to improve the quality of life through economic development by providing education, information, and social services. We serve people from all over the world who live in Muscatine and the surrounding areas. It's right there on the screen, too. Good call, Ryan. 1514 Isett Avenue. Stop to phone number is 563-264-8883. We've been showing people the website. I know that there's a social media page as well, right? On Facebook.
Yes.
And there's a lot of good things that can happen. And again, if it's you watching this, absorbing the information, and then passing it along, that's great. I mean, but also, if you are the type of person that wants to get involved, I don't know if you ever, you certainly have a great board, but you ever need volunteers for anything?
Yes.
Yeah, oh good,
Always
okay.
seeking for volunteers to help in the office.
Well, that's great. So think about that as well, right? If you want to give of your time or your resources, you win that Powerball. I mean, what are you going to do with $400 million? I don't know. You don't want to have to move, so you donate a big chunk of it over, right? That's what I would do. I would make that happen. All right. Have I missed anything? Do I need to mention anything?
No, well, actually, we're there to service everyone.
Sure.
If we don't provide the service, we will definitely make a referral.
Sure.
Like you mentioned, our network, throughout these 18 years, we have developed a network, so we're able to provide the services as needed.
How much time do you have? A little bit more time or not?
Oh, yeah, we got about 5 minutes. So
that'd be great. Yeah. Because one of the other things that developed is actually given to us is a Centra Credit Union approached us with a grant that they got from the Federal Credit Union to provide loans to immigrants who need them for immigration processes.
Wow.
It costs money to just send the applications to the federal government. And then, of course, we have to have our staff paid.
Sure.
And we don't charge anything what could be charged, what others charge.
Sure.
But we do have to charge. We have to, we have to pay for that. And some of these people come in and they don't have that money just right in their pocket, ready to come up with it.
Sure.
So we had a lot of people who would come in and say, well, I got to wait until I get my refund from the from my federal tax or someplace, find some money somewhere. And we came up, and Centra came to us with this idea that they made a pot of money available to people to borrow,
Gotcha.
and it's just for immigration processes.
I love it.
For money that goes towards paying the federal government,
Sure.
or money that goes to pay our staff to process that, and those loans that were given to the immigrants, and then they pay that back. And our success rate with that has just been incredible.
I think we're looking at that on the screen
Yes,
right now. You
that's
can
right.
see that interest rate, 3.15%, which is fantastic. And just like it says, and like what Mike was explaining, Essential Credit Union partnered with the Diversity Service Center of Iowa, providing those low-cost financing for immigration services, adjustment of status, family-based petitions, naturalization, and more. I mean, it's great to see that, and again, to have them, you know, my friend from college's dad, the late Paul Lensmeyer, was in charge of Accenture for a number of years.
Is that right?
And he passed away tragically a couple of years ago. So it's good to see them still doing those things. And to make that available, can I ask, is it fair to ask what type of costs we're looking at? I mean,
Yes.
you know, I don't know if we can disclose that or not.
Oh, yes.
but maybe
Yes,
that.
yes.
Absolutely.
For naturalization
Yeah.
process, anyone that would like to apply to become a citizen of the United States, they would have to pay $725 for immigration.
Wow, okay.
Our office charges $350
Sure.
to help them out with the paperwork. As you know, this one here itself is 20 pages long.
Wow.
And then besides that, our representation form that goes along with that.
Gotcha.
So if you are a DACA recipient, so you're paying immigration $495.
Okay.
And then $200 for our office to
Sure.
help with the paperwork. And let's just, for the adjustment of status, as you can see, there are various forms
of
that need to
pages.
be
Wow.
filled out. Immigration is charging $1,070 for this process.
Wow.
And our office, depending on the case, would probably charge the $750. But there's certain, depending on their income, if there's additional forms that need to be filled out,
Sure.
then there's additional fees for that.
And the best
So,
part about all of this, even though we are talking about things that cost money, again, it's all to better the individual.
Yes.
And your office has a 99, as Mike said, 99.99999
Close.
success
That's
rate.
that's a little over the top
That's right.
by like 0.4%.
So they have a very
20
high success
20%.
rate. Yeah.
And these loans, the delightful thing for me and for the board is that these loans, these folks pay them back. They
Sure.
want to do that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not that they want to try to get away with something. They want to do that.
Makes total
and so
sense.
we want to make this available to them.
we
Well-
have actually provided, I'm sorry,
No, you're good.
77 loans
Yes.
that have been given
Wow.
out for the total amount of $110,000 that have been
That is
loaned out.
unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's just been in the
Definitely makes
last,
a
what, 3
difference.
years?
Yes.
And
4
that's
years.
4
right
years, last
here
4 years.
in
Almost 3
Muscatine.
Yes.
That is a substantial amount of money, and it's all helping people improve their quality of lives and their families. And I appreciate what you do. Since 2001, now I'm gonna
Yes.
honk every morning when I drive by, whether you're
Like,
there or
yes,
not.
you
I don't
stop.
know. I'll drive. Well,
You
Mike, I'll
have to
curve
come
in
and
the
visit
lot, I'll
us.
honk, and then I'll go on my way to work. Of course. It's great to meet you. I'm glad you reached
Our
out. Thank you,
pleasure.
Mike.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Thank
Thanks
you
for all
very
you've done.
much.
10 years on the board. 563-264-8883. The Diversity Service Center of Iowa. Please reach out, talk to Rosa and the crew if you need anything. If it's someone that you know, they're here to help, and they're doing good work every single day. Thank you again. Shout out to Jody Reeby.
Thank you, yes.
Jody will come on the show one of these days as well.
Yes.
She's great. All right, we're going to go to the CBI Bank and Trust Isle Cam, and that's up at the floral shop. Look at that. Good-looking view up there. And I tell you what, those little, it looks like a pitcher, like a water pitcher. I think if you put some flowers in there, those just came in. They're very nice. They're Steve Graham, also very nice walking around. And some good-looking flowers and plants and stuff at Hy-Vee Floral, where Catherine and her crew will always take exceptionally good care of you. And hey, don't forget the Just Because bouquets. Guys, I'm talking to you. You know, sometimes we maybe put our foot in our mouth. You know, we say things that we shouldn't. The floral shop has those Just Because bouquets that will bail you out. It's bailed me out a lot. Go to Floral. I'm like, hey, kind of said something stupid. I got $20. What can you put together? Whether it's 10, 20, 25 bucks, they will hook you up. All right, Cody is going to take the Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam. Short jaunt today, but a delicious trip for Cody. So we've got these dessert pizzas here at the Hy-Vee that are $8.99 with a 25-cent fuel saver. You know that I love talking about the Hy-Vee fuel saver. If you don't have to pay full price at the gas pump, you shouldn't. I have to get gas today. I'm excited to have 79 cents off per gallon. Gonna have to try and find something in the store to save even more money. All right, Cody, if you can hear me, turn left right there and tilt your camera up a little bit if you could. And there he goes. He's right where he needs to be, everybody. Got the golden eye scope, and you can see the dessert pizzas. Cody, see if there is a blueberry dessert pizza in there. And if you could bring it over here, that would be awesome because I like blueberries. And thank you again. And I like dessert pizzas. And I want a 25-cent fuel saver, so I might just have to buy that and take it home. Did we sell all the blueberry dessert pizzas? Wow. I saw one in there yesterday. Oh, there it is right there. Good call, Cody. Yes, I'll take it. Blueberry dessert pizza looks fantastic. Take it home, bake it, and it's a dessert pizza. And it's saving you 25 cents off per gallon. When was the last time that pizza saved you money at the gas pump? Right? You can't put pizza in your car. Your car is not pizza powered. Maybe for the Ninja Turtles, but not your vehicle. But you can buy that dessert pizza and then save 25 cents off a gallon. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Rebecca and Whitney are here. So, Rebecca, can you say your last name so I don't get it wrong?
Rebecca Valadares.
Valadares, just like it looks on the paper. We're going to talk about an Officer Whitney Pena. Good to see you both. Thanks for coming on the show, by the way. Nice to meet you. Great to see you again.
Nice to see
You've
you
been
again.
here so many times. Like, Officer Whitney Pena in the
Yeah.
house. All right. So, tomorrow, Friday,
finally.
is the annual. Really?
Oh,
You're ready?
It's so much work.
Yeah.
It is so much work, I know. So we're talking about the Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center yard sale that is happening tomorrow at 1600 Mulberry Avenue next to the hospital here in Muscatine. It's going to be the best day of weather we've had all week. No rain. It's going to be beautiful, and y'all are going to stop by and buy a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to hold this up. Cody, I want you to zoom in on it. Which one should I hold up?
Maybe this one.
This one?
Yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm going to hold this up, and I want either of you to start telling people why they need to show up tomorrow and purchase everything that's available at this fantastic yard sale.
So tomorrow's event is, like he said, for the Child Protection Center. It starts at 8 to 5. All of our donation items will be placed around the house, in the yard. We have large donations. We have ellipticals, bikes, big sets of lockers. We have couch, end tables.
Big sets of lockers.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're like,
Yes.
what, 7 or 8 high maybe, and
Yeah.
like 4 across.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like awesome.
Wow.
And then we have tons of clothes and toys and books. I mean, anything you can think of. And it's all by donation, so nothing's priced.
Sure. Right. So you just show up and you say, it seems like I want to get the lockers, you know, what do you think those are worth?
Right.
Make a donation because it's all going to help out the Child Protection Center. Rebecca, for people that don't know, you know, again, for a lot of us, we may just cruise up and down Mulberry and not understand what's happening with the Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center. You know, it can be a sensitive thing to talk about.
Sure.
But can you explain to people that may be learning about this for the very first time?
Absolutely. So the Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center is a program of the Child Abuse Council. And our program, we collaborate a lot with law enforcement of all levels and DHS staff who are investigating suspected child abuse or suspected dependent adult abuse. And those individuals are brought to our center where we offer them services.
Sure.
We can offer them a forensic interview, specialized medical exams, and even family advocacy for them while they're engaged in the investigation process.
So, and that can be a lot, especially when you talk about children, to have gone through a situation like that and then have to, I don't want to say relive it, but rehash it, retell it, because that's the process that we have to go through to make sure that the people that are committing these heinous things are prosecuted to the full extent of the law, right? So the kids have to share what's happening. And I know that a lot of that is making them comfortable.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I don't even like thinking about kids going through this, but the reality is that it happens and that it's happening here in Muscatine, right? And whether you want to hear that or not, I mean, we can't ignore the fact that if it was a perfect world, we wouldn't have a yard sale tomorrow, right?
Right.
We might not have a job, all right? But we live in an imperfect world, so when we're able to do things like a yard sale and know that all of that money that is raised tomorrow from 8 to 5 will stay local.
Stays at our
is a
center,
big
In the center.
deal,
Yep.
right? And we need this to be a success. I don't know
Yes.
if you try to forecast or budget that this yard sale needs to do X amount of dollars to make sure that we have enough of the resources. But I'm assuming that's part of the conversation.
Right.
Is collecting. By the way, again, so think about this. It's a yard sale where everything is donated.
Right.
And
yes.
then you can stop by and make some purchases. But just talk about that. I mean, this has been, how many years have we been doing this, I guess?
I think this is our 4th year.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
I know.
Holy moly. It seems like just yesterday we were talking about this.
And it seems like every
for the
year
first
it
time.
grows.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because the word just gets out.
Yeah, and I remember seeing pictures and having driven past over the years and being shocked at the amount of stuff that is available.
It's,
Yes.
yeah.
during
People are
the
very
yard sale.
generous.
And it's the best part about this is it's not like just, it's all practical things,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
It's
Right.
a great yard sale
Right.
because people want to help out a good cause.
Right.
Yes.
So at this point, you don't need any more stuff, probably. You just need people to come by.
Probably need people to come by.
Okay,
yeah.
good. I was going to say,
Yeah.
you know, I'm going through the process of moving and we donated a
Right.
lot of stuff to like Salvation Army. I didn't want to bring over,
Right.
here's a box of Tony Tone stuff. I don't know if that'd be popular or not. So people stop by tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Rebecca, you mentioned, working with law enforcement, and that's where obviously folks like Officer Whitney Pena with the Muscatine Police Department come into play, and having good support with the Muscatine Police Department, it makes sense. Look at these pictures from past years. Are you kidding me? Look at how much stuff that is.
Yeah.
Right?
And we've grown, and now we have systems, and we have like better ways to hang things.
Right,
and
right.
I mean, yeah.
And you've also had years where it's been hot.
Yes.
It's probably not going to be hot tomorrow. We just want it
sprinkled. We've had years. I mean, it's just, we've been through it all. We'll also have a bake sale. We're gonna have a bake
Excellent.
sale
Okay.
going on.
to be. So, and again, you just have to stop by.
Stop
Talk
by,
about
yeah.
that relationship, Rebecca, with the law enforcement, because, again, we're talking about helping out, children and then the elderly, but it starts with working and having a good rapport with the police department, right?
Absolutely. And so the law enforcement and the Department of Human Services staff, they are what keep our center going. They're the ones who
Sure.
give us the referrals and want us to engage with these individuals and these families. And the Muscatine Police Department helps us out exceptionally. They're always coming by and helping us with this or that if we need. I believe they even helped us move some gravel in our driveway.
Wow.
Just things like that. They're a great asset to our center. We love helping them out. We provide trainings to law enforcement, to providers in the area about various topics involved with child abuse, and so we want to, offer that those learning skills and that information to them too, because we know that they have a tough job, and we want to be able to support them.
I like that. The training makes sense because even if you go through police academy and learn everything that you can learn, and I mean that's where that continuous education comes in. Folks like Officer Pena, and when you encounter that situation, now you're in the schools,
Right. So I encounter children
all the
every
time,
day.
but not all of your
right.
coworkers,
Right.
your colleagues on the police force do. So to have that training available, so that God forbid they encounter that, they are equipped to handle it. And it's one thing to be able to handle it professionally, but then, I mean, there's also an emotional toll that it can take, right? And to be able to process it. And I know that's something that maybe doesn't get talked about, but it probably should, because police officers are people too, right? They chose that job, but it doesn't mean that they don't process situations. Right. And it's always, the tough ones that'll stick with you. Right, so seeing it in the schools every day, you're able to identify kids that may need some help. And is that where you can coordinate with people like Rebecca
Yeah, and
and
what's really
the
cool
CPC?
is we have a multidisciplinary team, so we
Okay.
meet every month at the CPC, and it's made up of juvenile court, police department, sheriff's office, DHS, Robert Young, family resources. I mean, just everyone comes to the table, and we all talk about previous cases that we've had to say, like, oh, I know this kid from school, or I know their family, or we're getting him these services at school, and maybe they don't know. So we're all can be on the same page when it comes to helping the children and their families.
And I don't want to assume, but I'm just processing, and I'm thinking, like, with being involved at the schools all the time, or and whether there's a direct correlation or not, if something is going on at home, is it showing up in school in a behavior?
Absolutely.
Because the knee-jerk reaction could be detention, suspension, but we got to look for the root cause, right? And that can be tough to unpack, because if someone is whatever age and they're dealing with this terrible situation at home, they're probably going to be, maybe not super forthcoming about it.
So what's really
right?
cool too, Scott County actually started it, but they brought it to Muscatine County, and we're just fresh doing it, but it's called Handle with Care. So if any of my officers come across a call that maybe they feel is going to be traumatic to the child, I mean, it could be they saw their parents get arrested, or they were in a car accident, and they feel like maybe it might roll over to school. They fill out a simple form, it gets emailed to the board office, and they disperse that to tell the school, hey, something happened at home, we can't tell you what, but just know that if they're getting in trouble at school, it might not be because of discipline stuff. They might really have other stuff going on.
That's so much to have to balance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for
Yeah.
both of you do every day. There's a lot to work through, and it's nice to have, again, the coordination because ultimately we're just trying to remedy the situation, get the kids to a safe spot, and then get them the help that they need to process and overcome that. And that's where, maybe before we're talking about the Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center, what would happen? I mean, because your goal is to not just remedy the situation. We have to make sure that person, that young person or that elderly person is okay, right? It's not just making an arrest of someone that was committing a wrong. It's making sure that young person or that elderly person gets the help that they need to move forward, right? I mean, you can't just walk away from them at that point, and that's where maybe even more work is done, right?
Sure.
After the fact.
They do such great work there. Like we can watch their interviews when they interact with the kids. I say so it's always like Law and Order when they draw and play with Play-Doh.
Sure.
I mean, so it's just they do such good work to kind of make those children feel safe and feel like this is someone that I can talk to.
Well, and that's just it, right? I mean, it's terrible situations to have to think about, and if you watching, all we're asking you to do is buy stuff at a yard sale, and if that's all this is to you is getting a good deal on something, but maybe you kind of understand that the money is going to a good cause, that's fine. Or if you survived a traumatic situation yourself or know someone that did, odds are you probably know someone that has gone through something, and you're thinking, boy, I want to show up, and maybe you don't even buy anything. Maybe you just drop off
we have that.
some cash, right? I mean, that's fine too.
It all evens out.
Right, exactly. Like I've said earlier, maybe somebody watching wins the lottery and they write a big check, novelty check.
There you
I'll
go.
buy a
Take
novelty check. So right, because again, it's all to help.
You might want that Tony Tone box.
That's right. Well, there could be some treasures in there, Whitney. I don't know. You never know what's in there. I had 8 full storage containers in my basement. My wife had 1. I had 8, and I got it down to 3. So there was a lot of stuff
Purged.
Now, if I would have thought any of that stuff had any value in a yard sale, I would have brought it, trust me. But a lot of it was just like, why do I still have my 7th grade yearbook? I could probably get rid of that at this point.
Yeah, we don't want that.
You don't want to see, and it would have been awkward for you to be like, nah, Tony, we don't want your stuff. But you do have a lot of great stuff that'll be on display tomorrow. Again, this is Friday, May 31st, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 1600 Mulberry, right next to the hospital. You won't be able to miss it.
No. We'll have signs. And
Yeah. And it's so great to know, again, that we're able to do something, keep it all local. It is a lot of work, certainly.
It is.
But there is no off-season for these circumstances that young people or elderly people find themselves in, just because, I mean, if anything, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if anything, maybe there's more cases during the summer when the kids are out of school, because school might be the one safe haven for a lot of these kids.
Sure.
And I don't know if that correlates, or when school lets out, if you see an increase in cases. I don't know what the right word is, but I hope that's not the case. What I'm getting at is there's no downtime. Right. There's no downtime for the CPC. There's no downtime for the whole police station doesn't take a day off.
No.
Right.
I wish
Memorial
some
Day.
days we did. But
Well,
we
365,
can't.
right?
I know.
Exactly.
I mean, every day, and that's what you're doing with the CPC as well. We want you to help. You show up and you buy stuff. I like that there's lockers and just a whole bunch of the variety.
Yeah,
That's
it's cool.
impressive.
Yeah.
It's nice again to know that people donated all that stuff as well.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yep.
Like they could just as easily had their own yard sale.
Yeah.
But they decided to make a difference and get involved. No TVs or printers though.
No.
Too many printers or TVs? What happened?
We've had some of those TVs. We had them for years. And just
Okay,
nobody
that's
wants
good.
them, and the
Yeah.
city wouldn't take them, and it just was a mess.
It's a good problem to have. Now, unless it was like those old honking TVs that were super
it was.
heavy.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying. Right.
Nobody
yeah,
was
okay.
donating flat screens.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if you have
No.
an abundance of flat
No.
screens, I'm moving. I'll buy a couple of them.
Yeah,
I'm happy
no.
Okay. No more VCRs either.
No.
Ryan, keep your VCRs to yourself, all right? Do you even know what a VCR is? Yes. Okay, good. Ryan does. He's not that young. Okay, so this is Friday, May 31st, 8 to 5 p. If you're watching us live or if you're watching on cable tonight, if you're watching it tomorrow, hopefully you've got time to get over there and help.
It's citywide too.
And it's citywide yard
So,
sales.
that's Saturday,
This is
so.
the only yard sale that matters, though, of course. And you're a day early.
Yes, we are.
This is it. This is a big deal. And I'll say this, right? If you cannot make it on Friday, May 31st from 8 a to 5 p, but you want to make a donation, I'm assuming...
Oh, absolutely. They can give us a call,
Perfect.
and we can schedule something and just talk with them and just let them know like what the money's going to be going towards.
Right.
They can get a receipt for their donation for tax purposes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Some people want those.
Yeah, well, I have a really good accountant, so I kind of just rely on him to not get me audited. But right, no, it's good to know that you can tell people, Rebecca, where their money is going to.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yes, exactly.
That makes people feel good about, like, wow, because there's a lot of good causes you can contribute to. But again, understanding, and if this is your first time hearing about the Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center, that's okay. We just want you to understand what they're doing and the important role that they play. And it's, it's a lot of tough situations. But without, what do we have without the CPC? I don't want to think about it.
No.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not where I don't want to have a Muscatine that doesn't have this great resource in town. So we hope that tomorrow is a success, and we hope that people will consider getting involved. ChildAbuseQC.org.
Yes.
Good website resource. And please come to the yard sale and make it a success. Officer Pena, so the question for you, school gets out next Wednesday.
Do we have to talk about it?
Are you upset that school's out?
Yeah, I have to go back to patrol.
Oh, right.
And with patrol comes third shift.
Oh, you have to do third
all
shift?
All summer.
All summer? I mean, haven't you been
think I
there
have more
enough?
seniority than that, right?
What happened?
Well, basically, since I'm at the school, I just get plugged in where they need me.
Third shift?
Third.
That doesn't seem like a need. That seems like somebody going, I'm going to go to second. Yeah.
I wouldn't want second.
Yeah. Third shift is the hours explained to people. I mean,
third shift is 9 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Holy.
So I used to like third shift, but that was before 2 children.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how that's. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
I have a great husband.
Yes, you do.
So.
And kids sleep all night. They're
do,
good.
right.
Yeah, mine
Let's
do.
hope.
My 8-month-old baby is awake all the time. And third shift, of course, I'm sure it's an active shift to work. Ugh. Things that go bump in the night, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Don't break the law.
I can do anything for 2 months. That's what I'd say. But I'm back in school in August. So
there you go.
I got it.
Right. So while all these teachers are kicking their feet up and
at the
having 2
pool.
months off at the pool, Officer Pena is going to third shift.
Right.
Brett, what's the deal? I
know.
mean, you want to come to the store? We could use a patrol here. There's probably people stealing stuff right now.
I
Look at
know.
Cody. Cody could have something in his coat. He might have an energy drink in there, up his sleeve. You're getting ripped off. I mean, I don't know. Brett wants you to come out here. That'd be kind of fun. Not third shift, though.
I know, not third shift. Yeah. Jim, let's make that happen.
Yeah, well, we can make that a thing. All right, listen, come out tomorrow on Friday, purchase everything.
Yes.
Let's not have anything left over. That's the goal. Sell it all out. Yard sale, Friday, May 31st. Can't believe that we're done with May, by the way.
I know.
Wow, it was just going to be May, and now it's going to be June.
Yep.
Cray. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 1600 Mulberry. Rebecca, Whitney, thank you for being here. Thanks for what you do. It's tough work. My dad's retired Chicago cop. His stories are,
Probably,
I don't know. You know that I have
crazy.
the utmost respect for what y'all do and for what you're able to do. I can't even process it. But I know that we're going to support this yard sale. And again, if you're not able to participate in it, there's the facility, by the way. Yep. Beautiful house, 1600 Mulberry. Literally, I mean, you're there, and then there's the hospital driveway.
Yep.
And then there's Adam Doffelt's house. That's where it's at.
Yep.
And shout out to Adam Doffelt, I guess. Whether he wanted that or not, it's out there. So, Adam, make a donation, will you? Your neighbors, for goodness sake. Thank you for being here. It's
Thank
great
you
to
so
see
much.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Whitney, pleasure as always. Get involved, make a donation, buy a bunch of stuff, and understand the good work that goes on every single day. Okay, we're going to go back to me. Hi, friends. Hello there. How are we doing? This is a fun show, right? I mean, super informative on this show. It's the best thing to do, in my opinion, right, is to bring you people and places that you may not know are in the town that you're in, Muscatine, even if you're not in Muscatine, surrounding communities. You got it. I'll take that dessert pizza, Cody. Thank you. and have conversations like with what we just did with Rebecca and Whitney. That was wonderful. And, of course, Rosa Mendoza and Mike. That was great with the DSCI. Look at that. Blueberry dessert. Oh, that's heavy. That's a dense pizza. I've been called dense a time or two. I'm okay with that. I like this a lot. Just take it home and bake it 10 to 14 minutes, and I've got dessert pizza. Yeah, baby. And this is a 25-cent fuel saver. So, Ryan, do the math. 79 plus 25. What is it? 79 plus 25. What is it, Ryan Broderson? 79 plus 25 is how much? $1.04? Wow. So if I bought this, right, I would have $1.04 off per gallon on my fuel saver. That would almost be as much as Delmer Coolers has on his fuel saver. That guy never pays for gas. It's a whole thing. He just drives off, though. That's how he gets away with it. Very sketchy. All right, today, the 30th of May, is National Mint Julep Day. Will you sit at home and have yourself a mint julep because you're fancy? Maybe. It's National Hole in My Bucket Day. Get a new bucket. Why has your bucket got a hole in it? Get a different bucket or plug the hole that's in your bucket. It's a useless bucket if there's a hole in it. You got to fix it. It's also National Water a Flower Day, National Creativity Day, National Multiple Sclerosis Day, and Loomis Day. I guess I skipped one. Sometimes I skip ones that I don't know what it is, and then Ryan puts it on the screen, and then Tony looks like he's lazy. Some of that is true. Some of that is false. Gonna get a haircut, though. I think if you're just tuning in, I had a bee in my hair yesterday right here, and I think that is a telltale sign that need a haircut. Get the bees out. Okay. All right, so we have Thursday. It's Thursday. We've got dinner tonight. If you don't want to cook, starting at 4 if you're watching us live. If you're watching this on cable later tonight, you missed it. But you can still come out to the store each and every Thursday. We're doing the cooking for you tonight. We've got Loomis Day. That's great. That's what I was hoping for. Talking about Thursday night dinner. I've got Loomis Day. That's good. Loomis, Thursday night dinner, same thing. Very similar. So Thursday night dinner, Ryan, is steak. And I emailed it to you, and I think it's $10, and it's a great deal. And Ryan's going to buy us all steak. There it is. Look at that. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve 8-ounce New York strip steak tonight. You can have a 12-ounce for $15, served with a baked potato and your choice of vegetable. Maybe you choose Brussels sprouts. I don't know who willingly chooses Brussels sprouts, but maybe you're that person. You can stop in tonight. Starting at 4 o'clock, we'll do the cooking and have you all taken care of. That is for sure. What about lawn and garden ad that's in the Voice of Muscatine newspaper on the back page, half back page? Lawn and garden, some great finds out there. Today seems like a good day to check out the garden center and maybe let your green thumb grow. My grass looks gross, saturated, but got it cut yesterday. Shout out to Lincoln Lawn Care. Shane. Shout out to Shane and Lincoln Lawn Care. Look at that. How about the lowest price on things like a Bronze Traeger Pro Series 22 grill, Mike Church? You could cook some meat on there. Bronze Traeger Pro Series 22. They give these grills these fancy names. Like, is it gonna auto cook for you? There's a good old fashioned Weber original kettle, Weber Spirit 2 E210. These models, they're hilarious, right? The Weber Spirit 2 E210, 5,000. It'll cook it. Gravity lounge chair with side tray. That looks like a comfortable chair, by the way. You kick back, have yourself a mint julep. That makes sense. And let's just zoom out and just show that ad one more time, guys. Thank you. Look at that. Umbrellas, patio furniture, hostas, geraniums, classy coleus porch planter. Ryan Broderson and the Chick Charms. Ooh, that's your band name. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Ryan Broderson and the Chick Charms. And all they are is a Cheap Trick cover band. Chick Charms. Hey, I'm Ryan Broderson. These are my Chick Charms. It's my band. I'm not being creepy. All right, everybody plays the bass. It's just 4 bassists and Ryan on vocals. All right, I didn't email you the new fuel saver. Shame on me. Skip that. Graduation cakes, right? People are still having Did Jonah have his graduation party already, Chad? He did. Look at that. All right. So, you had Hy-Vee cake. Fantastic. There's a lot of graduation parties still coming up. I think about my coworker Steve Graham, his son graduating. I think it's this weekend from Davenport West, and they're having a graduation party. I have to assume the cake's coming from right back there at the Hy-Vee Bakery. They have been turning out a lot of graduation cakes. I made the mistake yesterday of saying to Hy-Vee cake decorator Jody Fuller, "You got any graduation cakes?" And she just looked at me and said, "A lot." So that's great. We're very happy to have a lot of graduation cakes come through the bakery. And if you find yourself still needing one, listen, they will get you taken care of right over my shoulder. Kablami. They're going to make the cake that can serve Look at that. There's Jody right there. We found her. We found you, Jody. We got you. We got you right now. She doesn't know. Does she know? You're on camera. Wave to your fan. There you go. She's waving to her fan. The pride and joy of bluegrass, everybody. Look at all those cakes up there. I'm telling you, they're doing stuff. They're making it happen. And they've got a giant thing of jelly beans back there. I don't know where they keep getting jelly beans from. They have a thing of jelly beans. It's her thing. You're decorating cakes all day. I guess you need a little jelly bean action. That's the secret, friends. Shh. Jelly beans. All right. I want to say thank you to Rosa Mendoza and Mike Bicklin with the DSCI, Diversity Service Center of Iowa, helping people with immigration paperwork and making a difference. Since 2001, they've been helping for 18 years. That's just great to hear. And if that was the first time you heard about that organization, you can appreciate the work that they're doing. Thank you to Rebecca Valadares, easy name to pronounce. I should have known that. Rebecca Valadares with the Child Protection Center, Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center yard sale tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thanks to Officer Whitney Pena with the Muscatine Police Department. Great to see her, friend of mine, friend of the show, friend of the radio show that I had for a long time. I remember talking about the very first event that they did 4 years ago. They've got a whole bunch of stuff for sale, and all the money stays local to help out the CPC and the good work that they do. We have one more show this week. That would be tomorrow on Friday. Forgetting already who the guests are, but I'm sure they're wonderful, tremendous people. You can always rewatch you could watch the first Hy-Vee Today show if you wanted to. All of our episodes are on Hy-Vee's Facebook page. All of the episodes are on YouTube. You can access them from your TV if you have an Apple TV or a Roku device. I encourage you to download the Boxcast app. Pull it up. You can watch us on your flat screen. Right? You can also catch us on cable, Muscatine Power and Water, Channel 5, thanks to Remax. You have the Remax home listings, and then you have this show, 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on cable. It's great to see. Ryan wants to show me his band. Oh, we got Ryan and the Chick Charms, everybody. This is them last night. Ryan and the Chick Charms, everybody. One night only. They played this show. It was in Keosauqua. They were in Keosauqua last night. Ryan Broderson and the Chick Charms. Ryan, of course, front and center with the carrot head on. Cody in the back playing the keys. And Chad's got the pitchfork in his hand. So that's Ryan Broderson and the Chick Charms. It's a Cheap Trick cover band. They do I Want You to Want Me, and that's it. They just have one song mastered so far. It's a short concert. 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and they're done. All right. Thank you for watching. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and Team Staffing for their support. CBI Bank and Trust Aisle Cam, Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam. That's how you operate the cart cam, Delmer. You push it, and then you push it real good. Burp, 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 burp. That's Delmer's ringtone. And Team Staffing that brings us the job board, and we'll have that tomorrow on Friday's show. One more day of May, and then June is coming in hot. Oh, how about a shameless plug for Richie Sound and Lights on 8th Street here in Muscatine. Had to go see Mr. Richie on Saturday to buy a microphone cord, and we'll have to have him back on this show to get an update on that hot new location. And Richie Sound and Lights. It's because Mike Ritchie is right over there doing some shopping. It's good to see him. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. And if you ever have a guest suggestion, use that email address on the screen. Reach out, hyveetoday@gmail.com. Call me at the store. Send me an email. We would love to hear from you. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. And if you're checking this out at night, go to sleep. Seriously, it's late. You see what time it is? You started this at 10:30. It's 11:30 right now. Go to bed. You want Ryan to come tuck you in?
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah,
this
man.
Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.